volume 0%.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Blind Builds with Blind Prime. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today I will be instructing you, the viewer, how to build the Power Rangers Dino-Megazord. The first Megazord, the Season 1 Megazord, the OG, the one with the T-Rex, the Mammoth, the Sabertooth Tiger, the Triceratops Rex. I already said that one. Triceratops. Keep getting Triceratops stuck in my head. Man, that's a fun little movie. But we got the Triceratops, the Sabertooth Tiger, the T-Rex, the Mammoth, and the Pterodactyl. And I'm going to instruct on you today how to put these guys together. You know, if you're visually impaired or blind and happen to have these old things laying around. Or if you're just interested in how a blind person's going to describe this. So, without further ado, let's get into this. So, to begin with, if you've watched the show, the original show, like Season 1, they actually do a very good job explaining how this thing is going to come together. And personally speaking, I think that the people that designed these toys also, watched the show and considered, all right, they're going to go together like they do in the show. Or maybe they just designed it that way, but that's a really clever design. All the kids knew how to put this thing together before the parents did, because it comes together exactly like it comes together in the show. So if you watch the show, you've watched an instruction document on how to do this. So let's do this now. All right, we'll start with Trini here, Sabertooth Tiger. We're going to bring it all the way up and around. Boom, 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 boom. And then we're going to bring the head all the way up 90 degrees. And then, well, actually, we don't bring up the head 90 degrees yet. But we do bring up the teeth 180 degrees. So the teeth are now pointing towards the ceiling and not towards the floor. Now the back legs go forwards all the way until they lock into place. Listen to that. That's a lock. All right. Now the tail. I just spun it forwards, but you move the tail forwards on its little hinge to reveal this hole in his backside. Yeah, make your jokes. Okay. Actually, with Trini, you can have the legs kind of come down a little bit in this mode. There we go, like that. So that it looks like they're about to, like, swat at things. Yeah. All right. The Triceratops, bring his tail up and over. Flip the guns that are on the end of the tail 180 degrees so that the hollowness on the underside of the guns is hidden by the Triceratops. All right, now both of these guys are done. If you're asking where are the horns on the Triceratops, I have them in a little Ziploc baggie because they fell off. And I am not a person who likes losing things, so I put them away in a safe spot. Now, onwards to the T-Rex. So the T-Rex is pretty interesting. He's got some of the most articulation in his legs, and that's partly because of this. So fold his foot forwards all the way, and then fold his leg back all the way. So we could do that same process again here. Fold the forward all the way, fold the leg back all the way. And you're left with these two nubbins on the ends that, for a while, they feel like they're just really big 90s style joints, but they're not. There's something else. They're the connectors. So now we want to take his arms, and we're going to lower his little T-Rex arms all the way. Okay. And his little tail gets cracked. So you fold the tail. It's got a nice hinge. You fold it up his back. And then at the very top of the tail, you go ahead and flip the tip down. Just the tip. Flip just the tip. All right. Now we're going to come into here, and we're going to attach... Remembering something. I want to say that the Sabertooth Tiger was on the left and the Triceratops was on the right. But honestly, I don't remember. I do not remember what they were in that show. They can be interdispersed. There's nothing really here clue-wise on which one goes where, and these ports are pretty universal, so anything goes anywhere with these guys. Okay, so the first one, wait, maybe not. Oh, no, there it goes. It's in. Can it pull out? Yeah, it pulls out pretty easy. Okay, so that's the first one in. And now we've got the second one. We're just going to slide the second one into its port. And I love these ports. It's just these two circles for the port, but on the inside of here, you actually have two springy bits that are circles. And what that does is the springy bits that are circles click into the place of these hollow circles on the T-Rex's leg. And just like that, is it in? It's in. Look at that. Look at that. We've got it, guys and gals. We've got it. Oh, yeah. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Always checking on this guy because he is old and you never know what's going to happen. So we're building his tank mode first. So we're going to lower the tail now that he is connected to the two front bits. And we're going to get our mammoth guy out here. Here's the mammoth. To transform the mammoth into his form, you want to remove his head first. Move that mammoth head. There we go. Put the mammoth noggin off to the side. And then on the back of the mammoth, go ahead and take out both of the cannons from their hidey holes, which are just filling out the girth of the mammoth when it comes to this top section here. So pull out both of those guns from their hidey hole, and let's get this guy transformed into his arm mode. And this dude is so weird. So you want to pick up his arms, both of them, and once you've picked both of the arms up, which are his back legs are his arms, you want to then fold these shield pauldrons for the Megazord forwards all the way. And once you've done that, you should be able to, pull it apart. Look at that. You pull it apart, and now it's just a couple of arms, and the front of the mammoth and his front legs and everything become kind of the back port of the Megazord. So we're going to, or the backpack of the Megazord. So we're just going to bring this in. Going to make sure that the Megazord is lined up straight. There we go. Nice and straight. Are you even on the lines? Huh, look at that. You kind of are. Let's straighten you out. All right. We're going to bring in the mammoth. And the mammoth is going to connect around back here. I don't need to see this. But you may, so we're going to do that. We're going to spin it around. So this is going to come in right behind, and there's a few ports. There's a few ports on the back of the T-Rex that they did a good job with the molding to kind of hide them. I mean, they may be obvious to somebody who can see, but somebody who can't see, they're not so obvious. And that's right. Cool. This is just going to come over here, and it's going to fit on your back. It's going to fit on your back. It's going to fit on your back. All right, this has been, oh, wait, I forgot. I got to lower up, raise the T-Rex arms. Okay. Now, this is, now guys, this part is always weird for me, and I never figure out how to do it just right, and then it does it. What are we missing here? Okay, so there's that spot, and then there's that spot. All right, so that's got to connect to that. So we're just going to line them up, and there it is. So there's a big rectangular bit on the inside of the mammoth, and that, or at least on the underside of the mammoth, it's hollow, but it's a rectangle, kind of, pushed out from the edges. And then there is a rectangular, cutout in the back of the T-Rex, and you want to line those two rectangles up. And once you line those two rectangles up, he comes together quite nicely. Now rotate both of his arms forwards, and then go ahead and snap the shoulder connections into the sides of the T-Rex. Okay, now both arms should get raised 90 degrees. Make sure that the fist, the feet are pointing forwards, because these arms are actually cannons. Yeah. And the front of these arms are the cannons that we took off from the back of the mammoth. They now go connected to the mammoth. I really appreciate how they keep the cannons around the mammoth at all times. Like, they store on the mammoth in robot mode, in Megazord mode. They become part of these cannons in this, tank mode. And in mammoth mode, they store on his back to round out the mammoth. I have to say, this is surprising me with that weapon storage. That was pretty clever. Good job, guys. Good job. All right. Now we need the Mammoth Head. Now, I don't know how this thing's supposed to connect. It may not even supposed to connect. I don't know. But I do know that in the show, this always sat right here in the middle of them. Right in the middle. It was cool. But I don't know how to get it to snap into the middle. Unless the arms are supposed to go down a bit. Okay, we're going to bring the arms down. The little T-Rex arms are going to go down. And then, oh, neat. And not really. Wait, raise that. Okay, cool. I honestly don't know how you're supposed to get this T-Rex, the Mammoth Head to sit in there, but I just set it there. So there you go, guys. We're also missing Kimberly in the pterodactyl, and the pterodactyl can come around the back here and make sure its head is sticking up. There's its head. Okay, and then the pterodactyl will just kind of sit back here between the tail and the mammoth. All right. There we go, guys. And that's how you build tank mode. Tank mode, it's pretty cool. It's got a lot of neat stuff to it. I like these giant guns that the arms become. The gun tips on the ends are pretty cool. And yeah, it rolls. It rolls pretty well for such an old toy. Other than that, yeah, there's not much here. There's not much play value. This is what you get. So let's get it away. Let's move into Megazord and finish this guy up. So first, remove Kimberly and her pterodactyl, the Pink Ranger, and go ahead and pull the tail back up, snap it back into its port. Take the elephant head, the mammoth head, and remove it. And now comes that part. Oh, wait, got to take these guns, take off both guns from each of the arms. We're going to spin him around. Here we go. And both of the guns are going to go right on his back. Here we go. Gun number 1, safe. And gun number 2, safe. Yeah, cool. Gun number 1 and gun number 2 are secure. All right. Now, let's start that part in the show that everybody enjoyed. The cannon picked up, and the robot picked up. So the cannon arms raised, cannon arms raised. The hands flipped the other way. The right arm flips, this arm flips, yeah, this would be the right arm, flips counterclockwise. Right, counterclockwise? What's going on here? Was it not counterclockwise? What am I screwing up? Oh, okay, cool. So it goes clockwise. The left arm goes counterclockwise. All right, cool. So I was doing it right. I just wasn't doing it right enough. Next, we're going to take the feet here, and we're going to pick up the Triceratops head until it clicks. Go ahead and raise the tail just a bit. So, actually, no. The tail's got to be down, because the tip of this head's going to fold over the edge of the tail and hold it into place. All right. Now this next tail, this Sabertooth Tiger is going to do the same thing. Pick it up. And then the 2 side feet are going to go up, up, up. All right. She's got her tusks going in the right direction, or her fangs. Okay, now comes the picking up. Click. Click. Boom. All right. 2 clicks to get him back up to upright position. And now we're going to finish out our Megazord. So lower both of the arms. Lower both of the arms. Then we're going to move over here to the front of the T-Rex and fold down the front of the T-Rex. And then the entire T-Rex head, well, the front half of it anyway, is going to just fold in there like in the show. There we go. And now both of the T-Rex arms get raised all their way. Raise that one up all the way. And now we bring in Trini. Where did you go, Trini? Where did you go? Here you are. All right. So she goes, Caw! And then her head folds in. The giant sword peeks out and folds in. The 2 sides of the wings fold in. And then she just comes down here and slams into place. Well, don't slam it into place. This is an old toy, guys. Be a little more careful. But, you know, fold the head in and then take this body that has the exterior that doesn't have anywhere folds go. And we're just going to kind of rub it up against the front until it clicks. It's the 90s. You just rubbed it around until something clicked, and then it was good. All right, there we go. And of course, the final scene, the folds of the helmet coming together to create the Megazord. Now, you could take the head of the mammoth, and in the interior of the mammoth, you can pull out this little stud, and it's at an angle because they were like, this guy can't hold things like shields because he doesn't have any articulation. So they gave it an angle so that he can hold it like a shield. And then click his other two arms forwards, and when in the show they needed help, they would call from above, put their little crystals into their little machines, and pow, this thing would just fall from the sky. Why Rita never saw it coming, I have no idea. It was always there. She saw the entire fight, but she never saw this thing floating around the earth or something. Like, why did she never see the sword? And then it just appeared, and she was like, oh no, the sword is there. My guy is going to get destroyed, or something like that. Yeah. She'd probably give him my nap.